Yo, yo. Y'all ready for another episode of Detox and Tangents? Car Talks, episode 3. Feeling super passionate right now and inspired, so I just whipped out the camera and see what comes out. I had a group of 8 guys over for it was 9 guys actually, 10 of us total, me and my business partner and 8 guys, and for the retreat, the first ever Detox Dudes retreat, and it was fucking amazing, completely amazing. But there was a lot of bro talk, a lot of guy talk, and I just learned a lot and realized a lot, and realized how much other stuff we need to detox aside from physical supplements. There's so many other facets of our existence that need to be detoxed, in my opinion. Is that better? No, whatever, I'll just keep it like this. You'll just see half of me. Like a few of the guys were on Tinder and on Bumble and stuff like that, and a long time ago I used to mess around with that stuff, and I just realized so much about it recently. I mean, not recently, I've known about it, but I can more deeply see the core of all of that stuff, and I would even lump Facebook into a similar category. And what I realized is these things completely take away from our ability to be our truest, highest self. I mean, Facebook, if you could use within moderation, I think it's a good tool. But Tinder and Bumble and stuff like that, and online dating, what I realized is that this stuff is garbage, because the first thing you're judging somebody on is their physical appearance, which, if you're connected to yourself at all, you realize that physical appearance is really tough to convey in just photographs, because so there's so much fuckery going on, right? First of all, people don't really look like their photos. Second of all, if you're attracted to someone's photo, energetically you could be so unattracted to them. So it's like you're literally, people think it's like saving time by sifting through online dating first, or like swiping left to right. You're saving time because you're only going to meet up with people who you're physically attracted to, but you're actually wasting a shitload of time by sitting on your phone and sifting and swiping when you're missing tons of experiences in person, and you're missing any of the potential fireworks that could be happening in person, which transcend physical appearance. We all know people who we normally would not be physically attracted to, but because of their energy or something about them, or their eyes, or just something about them, could totally change your perception on them. And that, Tinder doesn't allow us to do that. And, it's like a mass hijacking of the sexual energy that takes all of that energy and basically wastes it and blows it onto this device, And, it's like, a lot of people will say, like, well, it's not a big deal, but, like, I really do think it is a big deal, actually, because it's so hard to really, truly value yourself at your highest potential and your deepest core, and then go ahead and, like, put yourself on this website and, like, swipe left and right and look for all these, look for quick flings, and I think even quick flings should even be detoxed out of if for not everybody, I can't speak for everybody, but, like, for me, I no longer have any interest in any quick fling, because when you have sex with someone, you're exchanging a deep energetic connection, a super deep core connection, and you're swapping auras, and you're swapping etheric energy, and you're taking on all their junk, and they're taking on all your junk. And so, it's really like, you want to do it with somebody that you love, and somebody that you deeply connect with, and somebody who you admire and who admires you, So I just don't see the I don't see the reason for a quick fling anymore. You know, the way Tinder is marketed for. Yeah, you know, it's like, I don't know. It just has a bad flavor to me. Tinder and online dating, and yeah. And I think, honestly, what people fail to realize is that there are people around the world right now who specifically are here to be put in place with you to provide maximum potential growth to each other. It's called a soul bump or a soul contract, where there are people here specifically for you at your stage of the game who can act as an exact mirror for you, showing you all of your shit and showing you all of your good stuff to basically provide you with the maximum potential catalyst for growth, the largest catalyst for growth. And there's probably people in every single state in the country or every single part of the world that, you know, that you can get this with. It's not just one person, right? Like one soulmate, you know? There are many, many different people who are here for you. And I don't think that you find that on Tinder. I think you find that by being present and being like open, energetically open and available, and watching what's actually happening and listening to the universe. Because all the Tinder and the digital bullshit, that takes us away from our true Wi-Fi, that true Wi-Fi connection with the divine, you know, and intuition. And that's the stuff that leads you to your the next part of your journey. So anyway, yeah, you know, detoxing Tinder, detoxing online dating, I think is huge. Detoxing the news, I think, is huge. You know, just for what? You know, why watch that shit? It just makes me depressed and sad and like anxious and makes me fearful. You know, like when I watch some stuff, if I put the news on and I see that there's like a robbery or a car theft, like I just go immediately into fearful thoughts, and no part of my day actually changes. None of my actions change, except I'm now more fearful. So it's really just like a virus, honestly. And, you know, what else? There's so much to detox. I mean, this is what I wrote my book on. I wrote this whole mini ebook on this subject of like what needs to be detoxed aside from your body, because there's so much. And I realized that it's impossible to heal on physical supplements alone. Like, you gotta detox your life in a deeper way. And you know, stuff like faulty relationships and toxic relationships and what else? I mean, you know, money is another huge thing that should be cleaned up. You know, people are, including myself, I'm guilty of it. Like, I spent months and months and months sometimes chasing money, and then I look back, I'm like, first of all, I didn't make any more fucking money than I did when I was chasing love. And second of all, time went by really fast, I wasn't present, and I didn't enjoy any of it. So chasing money needs to be detoxed, because the truth about money is that it's a form of energy, and it carries an energy. And just like every other facet of life, the way to truly, this just sounds crazy, but for all you guys out there, the way to truly get laid or find an amazing woman is to actually stop caring if you find an amazing woman or not. It's like, as soon as you get to a place where you don't care anymore, then all of the wealth and riches comes your way. And it's crazy, because when you stop caring about things, like for instance, you know, I'm making pretty decent money now, and I don't actually need anything no material goods really make me happy, except for like supplements and healthy food. So it's like you achieve material wealth, or, you know, for me, I can't really say I'm wealthy, but like I've been moderately successful the past year. but there's nothing to buy. There's nothing to spend it on. So it's like, what the fuck, you know? So the same is true for like women. Like you gotta just be happy with yourself and do the work. And then what happens is there's a natural void that's created in the universe, a natural void. Once you accept yourself as you are and you stop chasing, there's a void that's created, and the universe naturally seeks to fill that void. So as soon as you stop caring, that's when it all happens. So as far as money can't be chased. If you keep chasing it, it keeps running away. So there's an amazing book called Busting Loose from the Money Game, which I highly, highly, highly recommend. Life-changing book. It basically talks about how money is nothing more than digits on a computer screen. Money, it's all an illusion. There's no such thing as safe money or smart money. There are countless stories of people losing every penny, no matter how safe of a place they kept their money in. And there's stories of people accumulating extraordinary wealth in an extremely short period of time. And basically the essence of this book is that, you know, money needs to be treated as a form of energy and a form of appreciation, and the flow of money is what needs to be accepted, not the accumulation of wealth, but the flow of it. So the influx and the outflux both need to be appreciated and accepted. So you have to be happy to pay your bills, right? Like now, one thing I do is I literally go on my credit card statement, or anytime I pay for something, I literally pay for it, and I'm like, even if it's like as something as annoying as rent or as annoying as like the water bill, I'm just like, thank you so much, divine God, for this ability for me to pay for this water, for me to pay for this amazing space that I'm living in. Like, I'm so grateful that I can have the ability to pay this money and do this. And it feels really good when you do that. It feels really, really good. You just constantly express appreciation. It's completely life-changing. So, yeah, I would say the chasing of money needs to be detoxed, and then the money virus of like thinking that money is everything. I think the true jewels come from chasing health with everything you have. Just chasing happiness with everything you have. Every penny, every ounce of chi, just chase that happiness and let all the rest drop off. What else? Yeah, I mean, I just detoxed Facebook. I can't stand Facebook. I mean, there's something about my personality, my addictive self, where I just cannot handle Facebook. It's like I seem to like, I just find myself mindlessly scrolling on there for hours and checking it every couple of hours, like, and I just can't seem to figure it out, like why I'm possessed. It's almost like I feel like almost like I'm possessed to like check it, like it's some sort of spell. And there's all kinds of like dark stuff on there and heavy videos, emotionally heavy videos, and I don't know, I'm realizing that, you know, like we miss so much with this digital world, and the universe is trying to talk to us at all points of the day, all the time. And it's like I feel like I lose my ability to listen when I'm just totally drowning in Facebook and all that online stuff. So, yeah, guys, if you're out there, I would detox. I mean, definitely detox Tinder and all that shit. Girls too. I would just detox it. See how it makes you feel, right? Like the ultimate test, right? Don't take anyone's advice. The ultimate test is see for yourself, know for yourself. Almost anybody I talk to, when they're using Facebook and they're using Tinder, they don't feel good. Like there's something about it that just feels draining instead of invigorating. And I really agree with that. So, you know, I can't say for sure about the Facebook. I think it has a lot of positive benefit, but I know from a deep place that Tinder and Bumble and all that shit that some of the guys were using at the retreat, I think it's just poison. The news is poison. And then honestly, another huge thing is to detox masturbation and porn. Wow. I mean, if males stopped jerking off, I think this world would be a completely different place. What's happening is that men are essentially taking their chi and their jing and all their life force, and they're busting it into a fucking tissue or into the toilet, and biologically they're losing their charge, they're losing their force on the planet, and also they're falsely telling their bodies that it's mission accomplished, right? Because we're here to survive and replicate and procreate, and when you ejaculate, you're basically saying to your body, oh, good job, mission accomplished, we did what we needed to do this week or today. And that's bullshit, because you haven't gotten any closer to what you need to do, which is, you know, whatever it is that you need to do. Make money and create a life and create an empire and create a business, or create anything that you're here to create, anything that you're supposed to do. So obviously, you know, there's something here that you're supposed to do. So what I realized is that by doing that, first of all, you'll feel drained. And some Chinese medicinalists, you say that you only have a certain amount of ejaculations in your entire lifetime, believe it or not. And as far as healing is concerned, it is essential. All of my clients who don't listen to me in that regard, the male clients, when I'm like, dude, like, trust me on this one, once every 8 days at an absolute maximum, otherwise you're gonna have a tough time healing. If they don't listen to me on that, it's almost like they have no chance. That's how important it is. You got to cultivate your chi. Really start cultivating in your body and allowing your body to use it for healing, for spiritual growth. And I think porn is it's poison, absolute poison. You know, a few times a year or whatever, if you have to do it, but like, if you to do it every week or every day, it's just absolute poison. It's whatever. I don't have to go so deep into it, but it's just very toxic. It's not real love. It's not real sex. It's all imagery. It's all acting, and it really fucks up it fucks up our neurotransmitters. It fucks up our connection to sexual energy and our relationship to it. So yeah, I would say to detox masturbation for sure, as much as possible for the healing journey. I really think this world would be a different place without it. But for women, it's different. Women, you know, actually in French and in Chinese medicine and in French, like some traditional French, I guess European medicine or whatever they followed, they used to call the ejaculation petite mort, which is literally means little death. So there's a reason for that. So yeah, I mean, you know, you want to cultivate that energy and use it. It can really change your life. It can really transform your life. And furthermore, you know, there's this concept of leaking that I was talking about with the guys who are over. There's this concept of spiritual leaking. It's very important to try and seal the holes, the leakages in our vessels of consciousness. If our vessels are like this boat that, you know, is in the ocean and it's going somewhere. We don't know where it's going, but it's going somewhere. I would say that the physical toxins, the toxins like heavy metals and plastics and estrogens and parasites are like an anchor, right? A big ass heavy anchor that's preventing us from going anywhere. So you have to cut the anchor before anything happens. But you can cut the anchor, you still need to seal the leaks in your boat. And this is done over many years. I'm still working on this every day, sealing my leaks. In fact, I'm probably leaking right now to some degree because I'm not speaking from a pure, genuine, grounded place, right? I'm hyper and I'm excited and I'm passionate, right? So this concept of leaking is like, you want to forge a life for yourself where you're not spiritually, energetically leaking. And what that means is like lying, stealing, not being honest with yourself, doing things to please others instead of pleasing yourself. Forms of sexual leaking are like porn and excessive masturbation and excessive sex, unconnected sex. All of this is an energetic leaking. The biggest one is probably just honesty, right? Just being truthful to yourself. It's huge, huge, huge. And leaking with money, right? Like not paying things that you know you need to pay, not paying things on time, and being stingy, and thinking that there's an exception, right? So like we come from this connected place sometimes, and we're like, oh, I know that I have to pay my bills, and I know that like I have to be honest, and like all of this stuff matters when you're really connected. And it's like, it's all, you know, that being truthful and karma and all that stuff makes total sense when you're connected. And then when you're not connected, you're like, oh well, it's okay if this one time I just delay the paying of this bill, or one time I just don't do this, or one time I lie. The way you do one thing, you do everything. And it's so true. If you can forge a life for yourself where you do everything with integrity, everything, every action, every bill you pay, every conversation comes from a place of integrity, of truth, of depth, that's when your life can start transforming right in front of your very eyes. Integrity is the number one most important thing to seal the leaks of our vessels. Some people don't even know what integrity is. It takes years to even feel integrity. But integrity is just acting from a deep place that transcends your earthly desires and transcends your immediate gratification. It's like always speaking from a place of truth instead of speaking from that place to please in the moment. There's so many conversations that we have with people where we're talking to someone and we say things knowing they're not true simply to please the person and prevent them from experiencing a little bit of pain. Especially when people like me who are very sensitive, I'm always trying to please people because I know how hard it is for me when people tell me the truth. It hurts me, so I can't give that hurt to anyone else. But when you're not being integral, when you're not telling the truth, you're dancing in the dark. Dancing in the dark, my friends. So it's not just about detox. It's not just about physical detox. It's about spiritual, emotional, psychological detox. So anyway, sorry that I was a little scattered. I'm just driving right now. I really enjoyed that. And there's a new flavor of the detox dudes coming alive right now. That meditation retreat really just changed me. Something shifted inside of me. So I'm really excited to bring my newest, best self on camera. And we'll see what comes next. Alrighty guys, love you all. Peace.